Now, ladies and gentlemen, I must encourage everyone to take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Consider ourselves, lucky to be present in this moment at this platform, as in an absolute short while, we together are to witness the Honorable Prime Minister's dream project being unveiled on this very stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about the first commercial Hyperloop project in India. To talk about the roadmap of India's future mobility with Hyperloop technology, well, this is quite an exciting segment, and I must encourage everyone to offer their loudest cheer, loudest round of applause as we proceed with it, as in an absolute short while, for the very first time in India, we are to witness the first commercial Hyperloop project. Joining us on stage is the lead business development at TuTr Hyperloop, IIT Madras. Please put your hands together for Mr. Aditya Khakse.
Good morning, everyone. So, quite a fancy topic. I am sure you must all have heard a lot about it in the recent media coverages and everything. I'll quickly go through what exactly are we doing at IIT Madras, what till now what we have done, what's the roadmap ahead. And this is an exciting thing to announce that we'll be launching after a lot of R&D at IIT, the world's first commercial cargo project at a major port in India. So I'll just quickly go through. So I am an alumni of Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya, formerly known as National Rail and Transportation Institute. I have been associated with TuTr Hyperloop, which is a deep tech incubated startup at IIT Madras since the last 1.5 years. I'll quickly go through what we are. So like I said, we are a deep tech startup at IIT Madras, and our vision is to deliver safe, affordable and convenient on-demand transport that is good for the planet and for the pocket. This is what we've been building at the IIT Madras Discovery Campus. It's a 450-meter Hyperloop subscale facility, jointly being funded by Ministry of Railways, and also with the kind support of all our partners, ArcelorMittal, L&T, Tube Investment, ANSYS, Dassault, Hindalco, Tata Steel. Everyone has done their bit for this project of national importance. And we have successfully completed the vacuum testing. We have successfully completed the pod testing. Now we are currently going ahead to test the full-scale deployment of the all three technologies, which is linear induction motor, maglev, and vacuum in this tube. Is this video playing? Okay, so I think this is just short video of the facility. So this is a very initial phase where the facility was being built. Now it's been completed. So this was the recent visit by the Honorable Railway Minister to our facility, where we demonstrated him our pod, which is approximately 1.5 ton, one of the heaviest in the world. And the facility which we are the Railway Board has recently sanctioned the extension of the facility, and we can claim it to be one of the world's largest facility for testing and development of Hyperloop technologies. So I'll talk about the founding team here. The three co-founders who built TuTr from the scratch in the year 2022. TuTr was incorporated on 14th February 2022 at IIT Madras under both of the incubators. One of the co-founders, Dr. Urban Bharat, is the former Chief Technology Officer of Mahindra & Mahindra, coming with a vast industry experience from Ashok Leyland and other companies. Professor Satya Chakravarti is a professor and coordinator of at IIT Madras in Department of Aerospace Engineering. He also has 6 other startups who is the co-founder of Galaxy, Agnikul, which launched India's first private space rocket from Sriharikota, and E-Plane, which is building India's first air taxi. And Mr. Balaji Rangachari, he was a former SVP in Mahindra Finance. So we have divided the technology into 3 phases. Essentially, one is a prerequisite for another to build Hyperloop. To start with linear induction motor, followed by maglev, and the third, which we call Hyperloop, is vacuum. Interesting thing is, in India, since there is nothing such as high speed we can call in compared to the West world, we have found business cases for all three: linear propulsion, maglev, and vacuum. So it's like we have spread it across timelines. Lim, which is already 7 countries are implementing that in the like 7 country metros in 7 countries are actually running on Lim. So we are immediately starting with Lim to commercially deploy in India, followed by maglev, and then with vacuum. So these are the 3 generations of pod that we have built at IIT Madras. This was the initial one. This is the second one. Third is the pod which is capable of all the 3 technologies that I mentioned, and which we're going to run soon. So this you can see our testing facility. This the left side is static levitation. The right side is linear propulsion. So going forward, the approach that we have taken for deployment of Hyperloop technology in India is our initial focus will be on cargo because less regulatory issues, and basically it will be easy for us to test and trial in cargo before going to passenger. So we'll have our own learnings. Second is technology modularization. Like I told you, we have divided the technology into 3 parts. Then our infrastructure. The track that we build for Lim can also be capable for maglev. So you don't need a separate infrastructure for maglev further. Then we are taking a consortium approach. It is clear that we cannot do this alone, so we will need help of industry partners. So we have partnered with a lot of industry players, which I'll talk about later. And then customer inspired applications. So we have found a lot of interesting applications within India, be it ports, be it airports, be it defense, or be it mining, where this technology can be implemented to enhance the efficiency, safety, and the cost factor, which is currently one of the major driver for all these things. And last is frugal engineering, which India is famous for. Compared to the West, we are the most cost-friendly, company and the technology that is done. What we have built here, we have done it in a fraction of cost what the Europeans and the people from USA have done. Like I cannot even compare the cost, and the quality and the efficiency is exactly the same. So our aim in the next decade is to go through a full stack technology for passenger deployment, which is actually 10 years. So we don't want to wait till 10 years to just start generating revenue. We want to start generating revenue right now. That is why we are going with cargo, which has a lot of customers. Again, like the previous speaker talked about digital twin, we have ourselves built a team of digital twin for deployment in Hyperloop and Indian Railways. It has been driven by our Chief Information Officer, Mr. Karthik Sundaram, and IIT Madras alumni, who comes with a 30 years of industry experience, who's building this along with our team in IIT Madras. Some of the key focus areas which we want to focus in for Indian Railways as such. Like Hyperloop is there for future, but right now we want to start something. So best thing, we start with railways, and then in future we go to Hyperloop whenever it comes. So this is like a consortium approach that we are planning to take ahead in this journey. Like I said, we cannot do this alone, so we are having multiple partners who we are tying up with, and it's the best way to move forward for taking the academia, the industry, the government all together. This is the Hyperloop global landscape on which company is working where. It started with US. Now the focus has been shifted to Europe, and some work has been done in China, and we are doing it in India. What our aim is, we don't want to follow the West. This has been a traditional thing for us Indians to follow what the West build. We says we'll build our standards, we'll build our policies, and we'll ask the West to take or follow it. That's why we've been making it a aim to implement this as soon as possible, work with the government to standardize this and put in a policy for this. And this, I'll make it very clear on this stage, we will not follow the West on this. It's like a slave mentality that we're trying to get out of, where we follow the West and implement whatever they give us, and it's like basically that drives the cost up. So that is our aim, Atmanirbhar Bharat, what we call. So this is the first commercial project that I was talking about. We are tying up with Deen Dayal Port Kandla to set up a Hyperloop ready test track from the berth to the storage area to transport loose goods and in future containers. So this project will kickstart in this coming month, and all the process and all have been completed, and we are just waiting for an official date to launch this project. I'm putting this out in public for the first time, but a very good bold step towards Atmanirbhar Bharat and Viksit Bharat. And a huge thanks to the chairman of Deen Dayal Port, Kandla, whose belief in us made us come this far. Next is we have signed an MOU with Central Warehousing Corporation. Again, since CWC handles a lot of containers, so we will essentially be working with them to see how we can improve efficiency, drive down costs, and make sure that a new technology comes in. So we recently signed an MOU with them to see how this is currently in an initial stage, but the Deen Dayal Port one is in a very advanced stage. These are some recent collaborations that we have formed with the industry, and like there are few more. So recently we are going to we signed an LOI with ThyssenKrupp Transrapid, which are the original manufacturers of maglev train in China. They have signed an LOI with us, and we are very soon going to sign an MOU with them to collaborate on developing the maglev technology more further. But basically our ecosystem is Tata Steel has been one of the initials backer. L&T has been one of the initials backer. They have been constructing the Hyperloop facility in IIT Madras Discovery Campus. They have not charged a penny yet, doing it magnificently. Out of the whole board is supportive. Sistra we recently tied up with, and some of the previous Hyperloop companies who we tied up with. But it is like when we tied up, it was more like a very initial development stage. Now it is more like everyone is taking each other as competitor because the technology readiness level has increased. So yeah, that was all. Thank you so much, and I think my time is up. So I'll take any questions which are there later. You can just Okay, so I'll take a question. Can I take a question? Yeah, sure, please. Yes, sir. Yeah.
In the Deen Dayal Upadhyaya port,
Yes, sir.
what distance you plan to cover?
Sir,
and what tonnage you plan to
Okay.
move? Yeah.
Good. Sir, the first, we have divided it into two phases. The first phase is a 1 kilometer pilot from the berth to the gate of the port area, which is the custom bounded area. So that will be a first 1 kilometer pilot where we'll prove the technology. It will be like a technology demonstrator. And the second phase will be for 16 kilometers, which will be from the berth to a storage yard, which is far away from the port. So essentially, we'll drive down the turnaround time, bring down the cost, and there is a lot of congestion in the port. We'll make it green. So these are some advantages. And the tonnage that we are eyeing is 40 ton. Per pod can carry a 40 ton on-demand pod. It will be an on-demand pod. Whenever you want, it will come. Whenever you want, it will go. It will be an automated pod, and it will be like we'll program it such a way that it will come and go.
So within 1 month, you will be carrying 40 tons.
No, sir. Within 1 month, we'll start the project.
Nee, what tonnage would you carry?
Sir, we are eyeing for 40 ton.
No, within 1 month.
Oh, no, not within 1 month.
Within 1 month, how much? 1 ton, 2 ton? How much are you carrying?
Sir, project will not complete in 1 month.
No. You are saying you
Oh,
are starting.
it
You are
is
starting 1 kilometer.
Okay.
Over
Starting.
that 1 kilometer,
Okay.
what
Starting, sir,
tonnage are you
the
moving?
technology demonstrator is 1 ton.
1 ton.
Yeah.
Okay. And this 16 kilometer, 1 ton is nothing.
Yeah.
ठीक है? This 16 kilometers, you hope to commission in what time frame?
Sir, once this first phase is completed and the technology is demonstrated, the second phase will be this. So we are eyeing to complete the 16 kilometer within 18 months.
Within 18 months?
Yes.
Okay. At that time, you will be transporting 40 tons per container.
Sir, essentially that area transport loose cargo. So it won't be a container, it will be carrying loose cargo.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what tonnage?
Sir, 40. We are building it for 40.
Achha. And loose cargo will be transported in what? You need some container or something? No?
No, sir. It will be like a capsule.
You will have a capsule?
Yeah, it will be a capsule.
Okay. So in the capsule, you will put the loose cargo?
Yeah. So essentially what happens now is the ship comes and they just drop the whatever salt, wheat is there, they just drop it in the berth. It is
Okay.
like open. The truck comes, a crane lifts it and put it in the truck and the truck goes.
Okay.
Now what will happen is the capsule, the loose cargo will come in the capsule, and we'll have like a mechanism in the capsule which offloads it when it reaches at a point.
So each capsule will carry 40 tons?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And what speed will you achieve in this Hyperloop?
Sir, for initially we are eyeing 100 km per hour.
100 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
So then
It will not be like a Hyperloop. It will just be a linear induction motor based system. We have a Hyperloop ready track, but the system will be only linear induction motor based, like the 3 technologies that I talked about, right? Sir, actually I'm low on time.
see, the initial Hyperloops were hyped at 500,000 kilometers
Yes,
per hour.
Correct.
So 100 kilometers per hour, then what makes it different? Why can't it just be an LRT or a metro or anything?
I'll tell you, sir. I'll tell you.
What's
I'll
thing?
quickly-
Or will it go to 500?
No, I'll tell you, sir. I'll quickly close this. The track is essentially been built to be maglev ready. We are not implementing all 3 technologies in one time. We are starting with limb first. I showed 3 technologies, right? So the first one is what we are implementing now. It can be designed up to 200 km per hour, but considering the distance what we are going now for 1 kilometer, we have capped it to 100. In future, we can take it up to 400, the same track. No, we can take, sir, we do.
Hello. Why do you need a Hyperloop? Why do you need the
We are
vacuum
not
capsule?
building a tube, sir. It is just an open track. We are not building a tube.
So then it is a simple maglev. It's not a Hyperloop.
No. That's why I'm clearing this. It is not. It is like a Hyperloop technology. It is without tube.
It's not a Hyperloop.
It is not a Hyperloop.
It's basically a maglev.
Maglev. Linear induction motor based
So
maglev ready
why
track.
are we calling it Hyperloop?
Sir, essentially it is a prerequisite for Hyperloop, and we can scale it up to Hyperloop in future if we want. Like today, the requirement is for limb. We can only go for 100, 200. Tomorrow, if someone needs 400, we can use the same infrastructure to go 400. If someone needs Hyperloop in that, we can use the same infrastructure to go Hyperloop. I cannot promise you to deliver it within the next 2-3 years. I can promise you to deliver it in the next decade. But I cannot wait for the next decade to start generating revenue. I need to generate my revenue now to show it. In India, this is a classic example. Everyone wants everything in 10 minutes. Fast delivery apps. It takes time. So we are starting with something to reach somewhere. That's the whole point.
Excuse me, sir. You have mentioned that you have done installation for 43 kilometer line in India for Hyperloop.
No. Who said, sir?
I misunderstood, I think.
No, sir. I think that is some news that came flying. That is not. I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, my sincerest apologies for interjecting. How about we limit the question and answer session to not stating your opinion, but rather actually asking questions relevant to the presentation, right?
Okay. Anyway, so if anyone has any questions, they can take up with me later. I am here only. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And to present a small token of appreciation on our behalf, please welcome Dr. Vinod Shah, Chief Operating Officer at Urban Infra Group. Well, it's safe to say that the beauty of conclaves and conferences lies in the Q&A sessions. That was fiery and informative. Big thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
wonderful idea and very thoughtful and a great exhibition. I really congratulate not only for organizing this thing.
यहाँ पे आने के बाद मतलब 2 दिन हमने स्पेंड किया और 2 दिन में हमें काफ़ी सारे अच्छे क्लाइंट्स मिले। इवन सम हमें रेलवे की भी कुछ ऑफिसर्स मिले।
When we had installed our stall, we were getting all the supports, all the manpower, all the equipments and tools that we needed. It was really pleasant experience over here.